Hey everybody, here's a quick look at how I use the Canon Selphy printer to print smaller photos. First, I use the PicFrame app. That is how I create the collage on the 4x6. Right there you can see a look at all of the photography icons that I most commonly use, and that's what the PicFrame one looks like. In order to print a horizontal photo, up in the right-hand corner I select the second one down, 3x2. And then if I want to do two 3x4 photos that are vertical, that is the selection that I use, the collage, and that'll print two 3x4 photos. Then I go through my camera roll and I select the two photos that I want to use there. Side note, sometimes I only print one because I only need one at that time. It would be a little bit more cost effective if I knew the second one that I wanted, but sometimes I just don't, and so I will print the one, and that's okay with me. It doesn't matter to me, but I know some people are trying to stretch it a little bit further since some of these prints can be a little costlier than others. So probably sometimes the hardest part is finding the actual photo in my camera roll, the one that I have chosen already to print out. And like I said already, this is just to print two 3x4 photos. I will show you another one of the collages that I commonly use. However, there are other ones that I also use. So now as you can see right there, I have two 3x4 photos. Now I also can pinch it out to change the selection. Maybe I want to zoom in a little bit. It works perfectly. Then I save the photo and then I delete those two and I can do it again. So as you can see right there, it's very simple. I simply tap it and then I can go to my camera roll and pick the photos that I would like to use. Now hopefully this is giving you a good idea of how you can do this yourself. I know that it's not the most technical and I'm not really featuring it a lot, but I feel like if you get the PicFrame app, now look at that, see that's where I'm pinching it again and zooming in a little bit so I can have exactly what I want right there. Now there's a look at a bunch of the different frames. Now what I'm going to do, as you can see right there, I selected another one where it's one vertical 3x4 and two horizontal 2x3s. Now you can also move those white lines around within the collage and sort of change the configuration a little bit. I do that by accident, and if you watch closely you will see that happens. I do have to go back after this video and reprint the photo because I didn't actually mean to move the white line. However, I have in the past. Now as you can see here, that's where I get the two 2x3s along with the one 3x4, and then you can see right there that I messed up the line, and it's okay, it's not a big deal. I just print it again. It's not the end of the world or anything like that. And so you can simply play around with some of those different collages to get the photos that you want. So now I'm going to switch the configuration. I want it to be vertical photos. So I'm going to select the 2x3, and there now I can print four 2x3 photos that are all vertical. And so I go back through my camera roll and I find the photos that I want to add. So see, I'm referring back to the list that I already did. A little pre-planning will go a long way in terms of being able to get the whole thing cohesively done and then being a little bit quicker when you're actually crafting too. Now, like I said at the beginning, I don't always select all four in this case to print. Sometimes I'll just do two or sometimes I'll just do three depending on what my need is, and obviously it would be more cost effective to print all four at once, but sometimes I don't need that for that one particular week and that's all I'm going to work on right then, and so it really doesn't make sense for me to print a rogue photo that I don't know if I'm going to use or not use. So I do just go ahead and print what I need at that moment. Unless I know for sure, I will absolutely print this photo, like if it's a 3x4 or something like that, because those are a lot easier to plan. So now as you can see there is where I have the three 2x3 photos in a vertical manner. So those are all vertical photos. And then I will just go ahead and save it. Sorry, there's a glare from the overhead light and it's hard to see. It's all so bright. Now I will go into the Canon app, This is available in the App Store. It's a Canon app. It goes right with the Selphy. Go to Photo Albums. I can pull up my camera roll, and then there they are. There are those collages. You see that right there? It's awesome. Select, 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 and then I can print all of these smaller photos to use in my memory planner. Now, one of the other common ones that I use is the 3x2, which is the horizontal, but it wouldn't matter. The vertical would do the exact same thing. And it has 6 different holes or spaces for photos. And so typically you would think they're all 2x2 photos. They're not, because these aren't true 4x6 photos. They're a little bit smaller, but it's as close as you're going to get. And to be perfectly honest, it's a great size for using right on the Happy Planner. I didn't do that this week. I don't have any of those size photos, but it's very, very easy to find if you go either to the 3x2 or the 2x3 and then select the one that has 6 slots. It'll give you a nice small photo, perfect for cutting up, or if you want to use a punch. And it works great for putting it directly onto the planner pages, or if you want to use that page protector that the Happy Planner has that has 12 slots on the front and 12 slots on the back, you could also use that one as well. Now, as you can see here, it's very, very simple to use the Canon Selphy. It does all of the work itself. You don't need to do anything, and then it prints out these great photos. I think the quality is fantastic given the price point of this printer and that I can do it in minutes at home. So for me, I think it's great. Now, obviously a professional photo lab, and I'm not talking about CVS or Walgreens, would do a better job, clearly. However, some of this is how you edit the photos, some of this is how the photos that you actually took, what the quality of those is, and I think that the printer does a very good job given the, like I said already, the price point that we're working with here. Now this one that the printer is printing is the one that I messed up when I was selecting my photos and then I was trying to zoom in a little bit closer on another photo. I moved that white line that goes in between the collages, which is nice that you can do that you can make it how you want it to be, but I didn't mean to change it. I really did want 2x3s, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I just printed again. There are worse things, certainly. That's kind of what's nice about digital things now, is that you're really not going to mess anything up. But as you can see, this is the idea of it, that I would theoretically be able to print 2 2x3s and 1 3x4 on the same 4x6 photo. And that's why this is a great project for that, or a great printer for the Happy Planner, because you can print all different kinds of configurations. I can do a straight up 4x6. I can do lots of different things. So I really enjoy it, and I've been using it for probably, 5 years, this printer for 5 years, I'd say, and printing for my own scrapbooking and all that thing. I rarely send out for photos. This is significantly more convenient for me, and I don't live close to somewhere that does the photos, so it would be a much bigger inconvenience for me to send them out than it is to maybe pay a few pennies more for each of these prints. So anyway, hopefully that this was helpful and gave you a little bit of an idea on how to print photos at home using your Canon Selphy, but really you could also send those collages to Costco or Sam's Club or whatever and have great size photos for your Happy Planner. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. Make it a great day. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know what you like to see, and it lets me know as well.